Here we are, another day, another live. Just feel like I'm like a broken record sometimes. So heating is still not working. The landlord did reach out to the guy who like fixes appliances at the property, and so just waiting to hear back. Hopefully he can come today or at least tomorrow, because it is getting fucking cold in here. Yeah, my hair is just doing its own thing right now. So update. I guess like more of a business update, but it might spark an interesting conversation. So I'm just in the process of downloading all my transactions on PayPal to download them for tax purposes. Doing all that because obviously, like, I don't know if you've heard about the recent thing about PayPal, but if you haven't, it's basically like, if you're, from what I gather, is that if you're sharing misinformation or sharing information that is not with the narrative, then they have the power to withhold your money or fine you or blah, blah, blah. And I'm sorry, but like for me, like I see PayPal as a service that, like, you know, kind of like you go and you, like, it's kind of like the intermediary between like paying and receiving money and your bank. And so I don't think they should have a say as to like why they withhold my money or fine me. From what I do here on social media, like, you know, what if one day, like, you know, the main narrative is like, you need to be depressed and like, you know, not talk about your feelings. And I'm coming on here and being like, no, I disagree with that. Like, let's talk about our feelings and let's like be open about it. And then what? I get fucking fined by PayPal? Like, no, fuck you. So I know like there's been like a lot of like kind of shit hitting the fan in that sense, but I do believe in freedom of speech. I do believe that we should all have the right to say what we want to say without getting penalized, our bank accounts getting frozen, without being fined. I believe freedom of speech is important, and I believe that listening to all sides of the story, whether you agree or disagree with them, is allows us to have conversation around it, allows us to get more curious about one another, allows us to grow as individuals, allows us to think about things a little bit more differently. Get curious about it, you know, like there's no one way is the right way. And we need to, you know, like if we ever want to evolve as society, we need to understand that there's more than one way to do certain things. And it doesn't mean like that, you know, just because like this is a way that everybody else does it, doesn't mean that it's the only way that's available for things to be done. And so I think that it is important to get curious. It is important to have freedom of speech. It is important to speak our truth and whatever that truth is for each and every one of us. And so, yeah. And so things such as government and corporations trying to tell us like what we should say, what we shouldn't say, what we should do, what we shouldn't do, is something that is not up my alley. It's something that I disagree with. It is not in line with my core values of who I am as a human being. And so, yeah, so with this thing happening, I'm in the process of completely deleting my PayPal account because fuck this shit. I don't tolerate that stuff. I don't want to be associated with a company that thinks that these kind of things is okay, because it is not. By all means, it is not. It was not okay when Trudeau froze people's bank accounts, so this is not okay either. And you can think what you want. You can agree with PayPal. You can disagree with PayPal. I respect your opinion, but this one is mine, and this is the path I choose to take, and that I am a creator of my own reality, and that, you know, like, I am going to choose and decide who I want to be associated with and who I do not want to be associated with. And PayPal can go do what they want to do. And if they want to do that, then go ahead, do that. And by all means, you do you. But I'm not being associated with this, so I'm separating myself from that. And that is a little bit of a rant for today's live, just because I'm in the process of like deleting this shit. So yeah, I'm just waiting for one more report to come through. It says like submitted. It's like more of like the older report that's taking a little longer. Anyways, other than that, hope you're all doing well. Excuse me, a little burpy. I'll speak to you tomorrow.